This Monday Night Football props and NFL Week 10 recap edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Bet365. Bet365 is offering new users a $1,000 risk-free bet. Sign up today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Game Time has last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Use promo code SGPN for $20 off your first purchase. And in honor of Veterans Day, everything in the merch store is 10% off with the promo code VETS. All proceeds from this sale will be donated to Mission 22, a nonprofit serving those who have served.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Ciao.
You're rocking your Tommy DeVito gear in honor of Tommy DeVito climbing the ladder. Could have climbed a little bit farther if Brian Daboll would have let him run. I mean, I don't know where you want to start, Ryan, but I'd
like to welcome everyone here. Please feel free to take your seats. We're gonna flicker the lights. We got the X line open, so if you're feeling okay about your bets today, call in. If you had a horrible day like I did, feel free to call in.
I did hit both my locks, Ryan. My locks now up to 70%
Nice
against
job,
the
Sean.
spread. I mean, unfortunately, it depends on when you bet that Detroit Lions game. As we picked it at 2.5.
That would have been a push.
Probably a push. Yeah. So, but 70% on the locks. I will take that. Overall, not a great outing, but hitting the double locks.
Locks were good for you.
Yes, they were.
I kept my streak alive of getting all my locks right or none of my locks right.
You are really hot and cold. D Bettis is in the chat. Tell Colby his West Virginia pick cost me $30,000 Saturday night.
That seems aggressive.
Sounds like a last leg of a parlay.
Some parlay math going on.
Yes, he did. And Ryan, unfortunately, big story, breaking news.
Are you gonna make a joke here?
We lost $9 million today in the Circuit Survivor contest.
Joe Burrow? Who are we getting the money from?
Joe Burr, he was ice cold. I was a little nervous, but I had been nervous about a bunch of these games because it's nerve wracking on the Circuit Survivor, on these Survivor pools. And God, man, they made you believe. They sucked you in. I wrote the game off, and then CJ Stroud throws a crazy interception. They get back into the game. They're going for the go-ahead touchdown. It hits Tyler Boyd right in the hands, and he just drops.
Couple bad drops for Mr. Boyd.
Yeah, horrific.
Yeah, I mean, so Survivor's done. That's fun.
Yes.
We're probably hanging on in millions. Didn't have a great week there. Bankroll took a real kick in the nuts. I think worst Bankroll week.
Really?
Oh, I found my way into betting on the Saints.
Oh no!
Shout out
Fading
Jameis
the
Winston.
pasture
I was the game I rooted hardest for today was definitely Jameis and the Saints. Yeah, Josh Dobbs just amazing. I lost money on Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Zach Wilson.
What am I doing?
It's never fun.
Lamar, what the fuck? Gino, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, Ryan, one bright spot. Kyle Phillips' ladder came in. Shout out to the ladder king. Kyle Phillips, 61 receiving yards for me. That was plus 425 on the ladder, but
not doing the tout thing right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to focus on things I did right this week. Only the things I did wrong.
Well, you are dressed as Tommy DeVito. I was thinking
this isn't Tommy DeVito. This is Ryan Kramer.
Oh, okay.
Disappointed father of Tommy DeVito.
Now, even though Tommy DeVito got his ass kicked, Does his mom
Drake
still
May
make
looks
his
great.
bed?
What do you mean?
Does his mom still do his laundry even after an ass kicking like that?
Here, if I'm gonna, take you inside the mind.
That's got to be the hardest part for the mom. Your son gets destroyed
Did you
on
see them
national
in the-
television. You're like, I got to go home and make him some cutlets.
Did you
and
see
do his
them?
laundry?
Did you see them in the crowd? By the way,
Yes.
I feel like the entire world, the woke 2023 woke America. You can't say anything about anyone, but Italian American slander is okay.
Yes.
What have we come to?
Right. It is.
What have we come to? You got to wear a fucking name tag to school to make sure someone doesn't misidentify you. But then we're going to just throw shade at Italian Americans left and right. You know what Tommy DeVito is going to come home to? Probably some nice chicken cutlets.
Yeah.
Because you know what makes you feel better?
Chicken cutlets.
Some gravy. Maybe get some gravy on the side. Maybe grandma came over, started the gravy in the morning.
Some meatballs going.
Get some meatballs. So get some pork in there. Maybe a little lamb.
Getting hungry. Hey, speaking of gravy, get on the gravy train over on Bet365. That's right, the world's favorite sportsbook, trusted by over 88 million players. Are you kidding me? Prop side totals, live betting, they have you covered. The same game parlays, profit boosts. Bet365 really has it all. Ryan, did the Ravens get up by more than 17 points?
It was 24-9 at one point.
Okay, so they didn't quite hit the 17 mark, but if your team gets up 17, you can cash out over on Bet365 with the NFL. Tons of great action. And $1,000 risk-free bet, or bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets. Just head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And in honor of Veterans Day, we are doing a cool offer here: 10% off everything in the merch store with the promo code VETS. And then all proceeds from that will be donated to Mission 22, nonprofit serving those who have served. Great cause. Get some great gear. Store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Promo code VETS.
I just can't. I can't believe it.
What can't you believe? What's the most shocking, Ryan?
Lamar. The Ravens getting spotted 7 points at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it was,
and then still having the cover in hand the majority of the game, and then Lamar decided
the Lamar turnover thing. I was trying to peep up and get you hip to the Lamar turnover thing. It is a real thing, and he's clearly struggling. Ryan,
someone shit the bed in that game. I have to go back and watch the tape, but their butthole tightened. How do you let Deshaun Watson and the Browns come back from 15 points on you?
Well, and the Browns tried to lose it too. The Browns missed an extra point and then still had to come back.
No one's good. That's the takeaway here. The good teams are all resting this week.
Yes. Eagles and Chiefs are on bye, so they are the good teams. Ryan, speaking of the Eagles, another great, even though the Eagles are on the bye week, the Eagles slot machine has no weeks off for a 5th week in a row. I came out plus side money.
It's really been 5 weeks.
5 weeks in a row. Started off with 1,000. I won. Then it was like 300, 600 last week, 600 this week. I am on a slot heater. Now this one I put in $400. It's $3 a spin.
You're not even the people are interested in this part, but if you really want to go inside the mind of Sean, we finish the show, we go up. Sean, at this point, everyone knows about Sean's plans to play the slot after the show. We discard of our stuff from the VSiN show, Sports Gambling Podcast Live, 9 p.m. Pacific, Friday nights on VSiN, and we come down, we do a little socializing, and then you can tell, just like someone who just needs to sneak off and get some action in. Sean's like, I'm gonna go check out the machine.
Yes. And
so all right, so then I finally make my way over, and you're not. It's empty. You're not playing it. You're just kind of looking at it. And I'm like, well, what's going on? I'm just waiting. Let's see. Some other people come in. They play for a little bit. You said it wasn't meant to be. By the way, they were 2 people. They played as like Jets, Cowboys, and Rams all in one session.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on.
There's some very strange things. Then they get up and you decide, okay, now it's time for me to sit down at the machine. Now the machine's ready. You were looking at the numbers, telling me it's juiced and ready to go. You've gotten to the point where there is the pre game process, and then you sat down and I guess you're loading up slot machines with $400 now.
Yeah.
If you explain that to 22-year-old Sean Green, what would happen?
Well, if you said it was a sweet NFL slot machine that keeps paying out,
You might say something you can't say in 2023.
it was awesome. I got all the way down to $100. I pumped in another 100. I think I ended up pumping in like 600, maybe $700, and then I have an all-time spin where I get $800 on one spin. The dude behind me celebrating. It was just an epic run, and then I went on a free spin run where I couldn't, I wanted to go to bed, but I couldn't leave, and I had been just getting all these free drinks. I was really close to pissing my pants, and I was debating, like, if I got another like 20, 30 free spins, I was just gonna piss myself and keep playing
And risk damaging the machine.
That's true.
And the best part, so I leave at some point. After depositing my $100 I tried the Ravens, also failed. Ravens $100, Giants $100. I'm like, fuck this, I'm out of here. And then how much you were there for another 2 hours? Unnecessary amount of time.
Solid 3 hours. It's so fun though. Can't wait to go back.
Such an old guy. All right, we got some callers.
All right,
you want to take some callers?
Yeah, let's get to the callers. Stuff someone in the locker. I'm stuffing the Brian Daboll in the locker for you, Ryan.
What do you mean?
He is a pitiful head coach. One, you didn't draw up a plan to even try and get Tommy DeVito to play into his strengths. They had one touchdown drive before the last garbage drive, and that one touchdown drive was because Tommy DeVito was running. Like, let Tommy DeVito run.
I'm about 50% of the way through my Drake May evaluation.
Yeah.
Not really too worried about Tommy DeVito. He's not an NFL quarterback. Don't give a shit what's going on.
But you should try and win the game.
They were never
for the integrity of the game.
They were never going to win that game.
Well, I'm worried about the integrity of the game. I mean,
you were worried about the integrity of the game.
Yes,
Giants are just seeing what they got in Tommy DeVito.
I mean, Nate Sudfeld will have a longer career than Tommy DeVito.
We got Serial here.
Serial, what's happening?
Appreciate the help on the number one pick.
What's up, fellas?
Thanks for the assist.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
I appreciate another sweep, man. Works both ways.
There'll be an asterisk next to this year.
What's the asterisk?
The team sucked really bad.
Oh, okay.
Got number one generational
How's that
quarterback.
different than the last 10 years?
Oh, you got to get the number one quarterback so you can go on and win some Super Bowls.
Is this
20 years ago, Eli Manning, if you remember him?
Brian, all joking aside, is this the worst team since we've been doing the podcast?
Is this the worst team?
Worst Giants?
No, the Jake Fromm teams were worse. It's impressive how long of a list I can make on bad quarterbacks that have played since Eli Manning was benched by Ben McAdoo. This is all Ben McAdoo's fault.
Gino did get a look.
Oh yeah, Gino
is probably on one of the better sides.
It's a fun trivia.
Eli Manning.
Who ended Eli Manning's starting streak?
I remember
Geno Smith when he still sucked.
Yes,
it was sucky Geno Smith. Jake Fromm got some reps in there. Tommy DeVito, not good. Appreciate that he's an Italian American. Appreciate that it's brought all this Italian American slander out of the woodworks, but not a good quarterback.
Did you see his family? It literally looked like just a mass meeting of like the Goodfellas.
See, here
they
we
look
go.
like Carmela Soprano.
I mean, they can't. That's the problem. That's what I realized when I left. When I was out of Jersey long enough, is they just can't help themselves.
Serial, any who you stuffing in the locker, or when any touting you want to do?
Yeah, you know what? We need to get CD on the map. Y'all need to talk about him. Didn't even make your top 10 list of wide receivers, bro.
Yep,
y'all are crazy. He's about to break AJ's record this year.
Which record is that?
Wasn't it 6 straight games of 120?
Yeah, but his streak's still alive.
Yeah, I know, but you know, CD's at 5 now, right?
Oh no, you're right. He CD. So AJ Brown had 6 games with over 125. And what does CD Lamb have?
He's at 5 right now. He's got the Seahawks and Carolina the next 2 weeks. Carolina next week, so he probably does it next week.
It's true. Carolina does suck.
No, but AJ Brown had his in a row. So
yeah,
CD Lamb has
thing CD's doing right now.
No, CD Lamb has. He does not have. He only had 117 against the Chargers, and then Rams he had 158. Eagles he had 191 in a losing effort, and then he had. I don't know what he had today, but he definitely hit over that. So he's skipping at his heels.
He's having a good year. Got to start. Sean's going to start thinking about getting him in there, uncorrelated in DFS.
He's on my players to watch to maybe break in the top 10 for next year. Yeah,
we'll put him on the players to watch for next year.
The list is pretty prestigious, so I'm not going to just throw him in. But he's on the list to watch.
Maybe if Trey Lance can finally get some time.
How bad is Trey Lance when Cooper Rush is getting garbage time work over him? Why did you not? Are you guys? What's with the Cowboys organization? Are they racist against Trey Lance? That's why the 49ers weren't playing Trey Lance because they were racist.
The whole NFL, I think it's another Colin Kaepernick situation.
Man, that was a pretty bold take there. Just a racist NFL. That's why Trey Lance isn't playing.
Yeah.
No, that's what people.
You got that. What's they call that? Sound effect. That little scary thing.
I don't know which scary thing you're saying.
Oh, maybe the X-Files.
Oh, X-Files.
Yeah, we're keeping
a little conspiracy music.
I will
say, that's what other people are saying. I think he's not playing because he sucks.
If anyone was going to be a member, if there were two people that I was going to pick as members of the NFL Illuminati, Jerry Jones and John Lynch would both be in there. So
I agree with that one.
All right, good to hear from
Definitely
you, Serial.
Jerry Jones.
Best of luck the rest of the season.
Worst of luck, Serial.
All right, hey, don't forget, fuck the shitbirds.
Oh, all right. I agree with you.
You guys lost. You guys lost.
Oh, I won. Number one pick. It's all about winning. It's upside down land.
Okay.
Do you want to talk? You want to finish the Survivor conversation? I see Cousin Mush is here.
Oh no, Cousin Mush. I knew the Survivor pool was officially Mush when Cousin Mush, when we were hanging out and he was talking like, hey, maybe I'll come out. I got to watch if I'm alive for the 9 million, I got to watch in Vegas. I'm like, you're getting ahead of yourself, Cousin Mush. Cousin Mush is on the line. What's up, man?
Hello.
What?
I'm very sad.
Sounds like it.
It's I mean, I'm still alive in another Survivor pool worth 100,000 for first place, and I don't give a fuck.
You're also still alive in life.
Yeah,
I am still alive in life, and I can't wait to wake up tomorrow morning to drive 3 hours to Albany. Can't wait. It's a fun ride. I just can't even describe the emotions and the looks that I receive from people at the location I was watching the game when CJ Stroud throws the interception, and suddenly it's like the Undertaker and all the fake wrestling stuff that's out there, and you have a life, and then they get the ball back, and then they throw a pass, and somehow Tyler Boyd or whoever that guy was, I don't even know. I was so emotionally spent at that point. And he's got nobody in front of him. And then somehow they deploy a parachute from his back and he can't get in the end zone. And then they can't get in first and goal from the 8. What were we watching? I think I still can't.
Joe Burrow re-injured his leg. And Sean was probably right. Look ahead spot.
Yeah. I was worried about the look ahead spot, and it turned out to be a look ahead spot for both the Ravens and the Bengals. And it was unfortunate.
The worst part about this is there's the Ohio State factor. Now, I don't know if I told Ryan this when he flew out to the East Coast in December a couple of years ago for my sister's wedding, that the reason that my family and I don't always get along is because of conservative political views. And part of that has to do with my brother's father-in-law, who is from the state of Ohio.
Oh no.
And this guy, I can promise you he was jerking off into a cup when CJ Stroud led that team down the field again.
Oh, it was a great day for him because the Browns won. I'm sure he's a Browns fan.
Oh my God, he's a massive Browns fan. It's so painful.
And CJ Stroud taking down the Bengals.
And then all the people that text you, I told you, bro, I can't believe you took that team. And why didn't you take Dallas, bro? And to have to explain these things to people who literally have the IQ of a slug. That's what they have the IQ of.
Mush, the lion doesn't concern himself with the opinion of the sheep.
I understand, and I'll be back there next year in September.
Maybe 2 entries next year. Maybe we gotta go 2 entries next year.
This is a great promo for Circus Survivor.
I'd pay $3,000 to buy back in right now.
Wow.
All right, well, let Mush know if you want to sell.
If you want to sell, if you want to sell your Survivor ticket, Cousin Mush is there for you.
That would actually be pretty funny. Buy back in, and then you're out in 2 weeks on Thanksgiving.
I'll use all the teams we've used. I'm sure we could finagle a way to get around Thanksgiving. I literally was. I'm not saying I was counting the money, but I felt like we were going to make it past Thanksgiving easily. We had a good plan. It's so sad.
1 week at a time.
Very sad.
1 week at a time. Our map worked till week 9 this year, Sean.
It's a solid map. Yeah,
we'll do better.
Right,
we'll do better next year.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Mush.
Bye.
It's weird. I from that call, I felt like I didn't lose the Survivor because Mush was so much sadder. But yes. Hey, you know what cheers you up? Little Caesars pretzel crust pizza. That's right. Little Caesars, the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. I dare you to be sad eating a pretzel crust pizza. You can't do it. Make Little Caesars part of your game day. 1 hour before kickoff, 3 hours after the NFL kickoffs, all day Sunday. So from 6:30 a.m. till the end of Sunday Night Football, you could be getting down on some sweet Little C's. Get those juicy, moist wings, the cookie dough brownie bites. They got you covered. Love the Little Caesars pretzel crust. It is delish. You get that buttery golden brown pretzel on surrounded by pepperoni piled high, a mountain of sweet seasoned meats. It is delicious. You can get it delivered or in store with the Pizza Portal pickup. Grab some friends, enjoy a few slices during the game. Little Caesars pizza.
You want to take another caller? It's kind of related to Cousin Mush. It's Mr. Capper himself.
Oh wow,
it's a baby.
Well, perfect because we can start talking about the Colts Patriots game. Colts get the win, get the cover. Should have also locked up the Colts there. Capper, turn down your radio.
Turn down my radio.
First time, long time.
I can hear you I think I'm hearing you feeding back a little bit.
It should be good now.
Okay, we got it cleared up. Capper,
fucking radio.
Is Bill Belichick going to still be the head coach of the New England Patriots?
Yeah, until next year, man. He's earned that. Like, it is what it is. Like, I was all fired up with my fiery takes at the beginning of the season, but at this point, it's just kind of sad. I want to see the old man go out. Not in the middle of the season. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Lenny from Mice and Men. Like, I don't want to have to shoot him in the back of the head. Let's just let him go. And let's just let him go. Listen, we all knew it was going to happen. This was Mac Jones. That fucking throw was possibly the worst fucking throw I've ever seen in my entire life. That pick in the end zone, that was horrific.
The decent thing to do for the organization would be just to get him a flight to leave him in Amsterdam.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag Degens only.
I guess. Listen, there's already a video of in the Ring doorbell this week, stumbling, bumbling out of some one night stand on Situate, which is the Irish Riviera in Massachusetts. I don't know. Who knows? I don't care, man. Listen, I just want a good draft pick at this point. Like we said at the beginning of the season, I knew this team was going to fucking blow. It was going to be miserable to watch. And saying it and then actually living through it is two different things. It's fucking miserable. I hate it. It ruins my fucking Sundays. It makes me so upset. But you know what didn't ruin my Sunday? And if everybody listened to the Golf Gambler podcast, they would have 130-1 fucking win this week.
Woo!
130-1. 130-1.
What was the bet?
It was Villegas, Camilo Villegas. He's a dude who hasn't won in like 9 years. Super awesome guy. He lost a kid when the baby was like 1 year old. Super easy to listen to or root for rather. And it's really good guy, man. He came in second last week, and the books posted him at over 100-1 with his same shit field. It was fucking ridiculous. So if you listened, you would have had a fat bankroll for the Sunday night game.
That's a hell of a ladder.
That is quite the ladder. 130-1. So Capper, who are you rooting? Who do you want to be the quarterback for the New England Patriots in 2024?
Oh, I have no fucking idea. Not Caleb Williams. Not the guy who's literally heaving in his mother's arms in the fucking. Forget about that guy. That guy is mentally weak. Forget about him. I don't want the douchebag from UNC either. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't watch enough college to actually know. Just throw Will Levis out there the next couple weeks and see what happens. And I don't know. We're still gonna end up with the number one pick. So what? It'll be Carolina, Arizona's going to win some games. The Giants will be 2. We get the 3rd pick. We'll probably take some fucking fat lineman. Like, who knows?
I'll tell you who they should take. Just staying on brand. JJ McCarthy.
Yes. Who's that?
JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. Michigan.
You just want me to say McCarthy for the next.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
All right. Hey, thanks for calling in, Capper. Appreciate the touting. Yeah. Subscribe to the Golf Gambling Podcast.
And I did text Mush, but it wasn't like, I can't believe you took it. It was like, oh my God, bro, I am so sorry. Text.
Oh, okay.
Condolences. Maybe send him some gabagool.
Yeah, go get some meats. And by the way, Ryan, I know you're doing the Joe Colombo Italian American Association thing, but you look like the least Guinea person I've ever met. In my life. Even with the sunglasses and that, like I think you might be more Irish than you think, man. I think you might have to do one of these 23andMe's.
It's German. It's the German that's coming through. I'm a whole bunch of fascists, Italian and German. All right. Yeah,
Mussolini, Hitler. It sounds like it.
All right, let it ride.
Let it ride. All right, Ryan. Let's get to the rest of the slate. Cleveland Browns 33, Ravens 31. This was, I mean, yeah, we kind of already hit on it, but
I think I'm going to push back on your look ahead spot. This was, I don't know what happened. Maybe they took their foot off the gas
Ravens
pedal.
complete meltdown.
But even with a couple minutes in the game, they're fine until Lamar decides to throw it off a helmet, and there's a pick six. So even then, it's like I disagree with the look ahead spot. I definitely think something happened along the way in that game, and they just stopped pushing the same buttons. Very odd. And also, Cleveland's offense did nothing to make me think they're very good. No. Amari Cooper's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Amari Cooper's good.
Kareem Hunt, awesome.
I mean, Jerome Ford though, 17 carries, 107. That was kind of surprising.
Didn't pop, and we were watching that game. I was keeping a close eye.
Joku had he was 6 for 58, although he had some bad drops.
The Browns were running their offense like a kid playing Madden. They were just playing the same play over and over again. And
Smash!
I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to go back. Maybe there was an injury I missed, but the Ravens defense really not the same unit they've been playing the last couple.
Certainly
weeks.
Don't look like Super Bowl contenders. Lamar Jackson doesn't look like an MVP with that performance. Couple of bad picks.
You love to hate on Lamar. You just keep leaning into these like sports radio takes.
No,
like the look ahead spot. I think you watched the game. That wasn't a look ahead spot.
Well, what would you call the second half? You're at home. You're beating up a division rival. How do you let them back into that game?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I have to go back and watch. And like I said, they have the cover with the ball, and for some reason they're throwing these strange out patterns that have failed the entire game. I guess I'll put it on the offensive coordinator for now.
I also think anytime AFC North plays each other, we have to play both teams score a defensive touchdown because it happened in the Browns Steelers and it's happened in the Browns Ravens. Why are we not on this, Ryan?
Both similar type plays.
Yeah, like just bonkers games. Houston Texans 30, Cincinnati Bengals 27. RIP to our circus survivors, bloodbath, except for the tools who took the Cowboys. Awesome win by CJ Stroud, even though he really tried to blow the game. But that last drive, he looked really good. And these past 2 games, he's really broken out as a superstar. Noah Brown, I thought, to me, was a surprise guy who had some really.
Well, last week he popped too.
Yeah, I guess I was surprised to see him do it back to back. And he was just tough to tackle.
He's literally doing the stuff that I thought like the whole comeback player of the year, John Mechie. That's what I thought John Mechie was going to be. It turned out it was Noah Brown, and so this Texans team, I don't think they did it without their number 1 receiver. So you can make excuses for the Bengals not having T. Higgins. And that had nothing to do with it. Both teams were down a receiver. This was all about the Bengals defense no showing. 100%.
Bengals defense no really let down. And then it just felt like even the offense, they kind of took the second and third quarter off. And then there was like something switched and they're like, oh my God, we might lose this game.
Defense wasn't playing hard. And now they lost Trey Hendrickson to some goofy Noah Brown, like stumbled into his knee. I didn't see. I assume he's out for the year.
He was like writhing in pain.
It looked like an ACL.
Yeah, I hope not. San Francisco 49ers 34, Jags 3. Oh, Jags.
Always in the range of outcomes.
Yeah, Ryan goes Jags getting destroyed was always in the range of outcomes.
I said it on the air multiple shows. I'm pissed I didn't just take the Niners. That was stupid.
Well, I was always a Niners hater. I didn't think Brock Purdy deserved to be a 3-point road favorite, and I guess I was buying into what I had seen out of the Jags defense a little bit, and that obviously complete no showed. Brock Turdy looked like not as turdy as usual. And
listening to you on Brock Purdy is like listening to Colby reasons on why to fade UNLV. No, they're just not good. I need to stop.
No, and Brock Purdy hadn't looked good on the road those past few games.
And also I think the Jacksonville defense, like we gotta pay attention to when they're playing good teams and when they're not playing. I mean, put them in the same bucket as Miami, I think.
Well, and then also too, the 49ers, as soon as they get up, they're a really tough team.
It's over. And Steve Wilkes was on the sideline, so made all the difference in the world. It's got to be so annoying for now Kyle Shanahan to be validated with that.
Minnesota Vikings 27, New Orleans Saints 19. I mean, Vikings were the better team. They just outplayed them. Josh Dobbs looked great. I thought this was going to be a letdown spot for the Vikings after that big emotional win, but he played well. He was running all over the place. I think CJ was on the Dobbs rushing ladder. I'm sure that was pretty good.
I don't think he got all the way to 50, but yeah, he had, because they kind of juiced his props after the week before.
Yeah.
CJ had a great line. I mean, his second read is run. Again, another team, Bengals Saints this week. Like, what was the defense doing? What was the defensive plan this week against Josh Dobbs? Also, Josh Dobbs seemed to be reading multiple receivers in the offense, which again, like, if it's not that hard, why do we hear about how difficult it is to adopt these offenses? Like he's
plug and play. He's found. I mean, he's been a part of some big wins this season, and he started out. I completely forgot about it. He was on the Cleveland Browns for the Hall of Fame game, and then he ended up in Arizona. Was the last minute ad, and then he was the last minute ad in Minnesota.
How, if you're a team without a quarterback, how did you not call the Cardinals?
Yeah. Said you're starting
Tommy
DeVito.
Do you think that no one called the Cardinals? I heard when I listened to Josh Dobbs explain how like the how it transpired in his eyes, it does seem like there was maybe a less than a 12-hour window when this all got done. So I think it is possible that the Vikings were the only team that picked up the phone and called him.
Well, it sounded like he said in that interview,
going back
the
to
Browns.
The Browns.
Yeah, that was also in the range of outcomes, which that would have been really funny. Steelers 23, Green Bay Packers 19. I should have just all the money I bet this Sunday. I should have just put on the Steelers. There was no way they were going to not win. There was no way they were not going to cover. Was it a arduous, painful process? Of course, but they got the win. They got the cover. It wasn't a push, thankfully, because Packers missed an extra point. Did they look good? No, they never do. There's some crazy stats about them. Steelers have been outgained in every game all season. They have run fewer plays than their opponents all season. They have a negative 26 point differential. They're 6-3. One more nugget too from the Browns Ravens. I forgot to get to this one. The Browns trailed for 59 minutes and 20 seconds on Sunday. No NFL team this millennium has won while trailing for that long in a game.
That's interesting. So that's a fun gimmick because they gave up the touchdown so early. Like it wasn't that they weren't leading; they were actually trailing.
Yes,
that's why. Yeah, that is crazy.
Well, and also like when they got that last touchdown, they missed the extra point, so they were still behind.
They were still trailing. Yeah. So they only got the lead when they kicked the field goal.
Crazy.
That's great use of millennium too. That's when you can bust that out on a trend, it feels good.
Oh, it feels epic. Or Super Bowl era. That's the other sign of a good trend. Super Bowl era.
It's like, oh, what? You don't want to lump in some NFL championship data from the 50s and 40s?
Tennessee Titans 6, Tampa Bay Bucks 20. Pretty ugly game. Back and forth. Hats off to the Bucks. I thought Titans would be able to hang around. They kind of did. I mean,
Will Levis sucks.
Yeah,
I don't do shit.
I don't think he looked horrible though. I mean,
you should go back and watch the game.
I did. I watched the entire game.
I'm just saying, maybe I think he did nothing. Like none of the big play stuff that gets you excited about them was there. Yeah. And
I guess he was way more conservative than he was previously. That was the surprise.
He often didn't see rushers right in his face. Like he's gonna create some glorious.
Well, and I think too the Titans, if they can't run the ball, they're fucked. And the Bucs defense
was a big part of the handicap for this one.
Had kind of been up and down. Good game for them. I mean, Derrick Henry 11 for 24, Tajay Spears 5 for 18. Like Kyle Phillips was their leading receiver with 61 yards. So
Mike,
shout out to me.
Yeah, I mean that's now over the last 2 weeks. I think he's the leading receiver. Yeah,
Mike Evans 6
game.
for 143 and a touchdown. That even includes that horrible one he dropped. I know Dick Puncher on the pregame show called in and loved going back to the Mike Evans anytime touchdown, which that was brutal. I mean, brutal if that was the ended up being the result. He got one.
Yeah, he had 2 TDs. That would have been a brutal spot.
Arizona Cardinals 25, Atlanta Falcons 23. Taylor Heineke left the game with a hamstring injury. Didn't really seem to matter. Arizona, the Scamper and Kyler was back. Doing his thing. Still runs like a gymnast. Doing his little gymnast thing, running all over the place. This is they were kind of back to business.
This is excellent. They're definitely gonna have a worse pick than the Giants.
Oh yeah, because they look like they're trying, unlike the Giants.
Kyler,
they respect the integrity of the game.
Oh wow.
James Conner.
Wow.
Had 16 carries, 73 yards. Having James Conner back, I think was actually pretty big for this offense.
It's hard to change your take on things.
What do you mean?
Depending on the time and place. Your integrity of the game thing.
Oh no,
it's getting very. I
was making fun of.
Oh no, I don't think you are.
What do you mean?
That's why you keep going to the well.
No. I'm making fun of the Giants people who said putting in Nate Sudfeld for a little bit in the end of that game was messing with the integrity of the game. I'm making fun of Joe Judge.
Got it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. No, I think they're playing. I think they're playing their best quarterback on the roster, which is unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
James
which
Conner,
would then disregard the take then.
No, I mean actually I do. Take that back. I do think
if they were playing Jacob Eason, maybe you'd have it. You got to see what we got in Jacob.
No, I do think actually Barkley is better, and if you were trying to win, you probably would play Barkley.
What are you basing that on?
I've seen more positive quarterback play.
He joined the team a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's a reckless take too.
All right, but I mean, what Nate Sudfeld is and will be better than Tommy DeVito.
A team can do whatever they want, but you're going into this bit hard like a true politician. When it's useful to you, you're going to forget about what you said in the past and just lean into it right now. Because who cares about the past? That's all I was bringing up.
Yeah, it sounds like you're in the rear view, Ron.
I'm not in the rear view.
Oh, okay.
I'm just pointing out that you're a hilarious politician with your takes.
What do you mean?
Oh, you're leaning into a take that you were completely opposed to. When Nate Sudfeld needed to be played,
I'm making fun of.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying it's
Joe Judge.
But I'm saying the bit is real in this case. You're leaning so hard into the bit.
No,
I think it's real.
No, I don't care who the Giants play quarterback.
Okay.
I don't think it's messing with the integrity of the game.
Okay.
If they wanted to play Jacob Eason, I would not say they're messing with the integrity of the game. I'm saying that facetiously because I'm making fun of Joe Judge and the Giants organization and how much they whine that they didn't get into the playoffs.
I want a count of
6,
integrity of the game. How many times Sean has said it on this podcast?
Oh, I think it's funny to bring it up because of how bad the Giants are. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, first pick on the way.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Yep.
Kyler Murray. Any thoughts on this game? I know Ryan, tough week for your Falcons.
I told you I was out on the Falcons.
Oh, okay.
I picked the Cardinals this week. And the Cardinals are the Cardinals live to make the playoffs in the NFC?
No.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Bottom falls off the playoff teams pretty quickly. I mean, the Vikings are scrapping.
Well, Vikings might win that division. Well, I know. I guess Lions have it pretty well locked up, but
we might have to look at the Cardinals to make the playoffs. Price.
That's I don't know. That would be pretty crazy right now because they would have to. I mean, you would have to win 7 games in a row. I don't know if they can do that. I think this is more. No one in the NFC South is good, and including the Atlanta Falcons.
That's also probably true.
I can't wait to watch.
Falcons are still only a game back, right?
Yeah, I mean the NFC South standings have to be hilarious. All
right, so you have the Eagles and Cowboys, you have the Niners and Seahawks, and you have the Lions and Vikings, and then the winner of the South. And so right now, 6-4 is in the playoffs.
Yeah, Cardinals are 2-8. They would have to win 7 games in a row. You're probably better off with the.
They're only 4 back of the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah, just the Vikings are starting Josh Dobbs.
No, I know.
And I haven't been keeping track of the regression pendulum with the Vikings, but I assume they'll probably do some negative regression after the last couple games.
Their regression meters all over the place. Detroit Lions 41, Chargers 38. We cashed this. So we gave it out at -2.5. It was one of my locks. Detroit was always winning that game. They got a little sloppy defensively, but
weird game.
Keenan Allen had an awesome game. Fantasy wise, had him in the DFS lineup. One of the few things I nailed. But yeah, I mean, Detroit just went up and down. And watching it with Decker, it was well, it's always weird when I'm betting against the Chargers and I'm trying to like be supportive of his. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy that's just rooting for my bet because he's clearly invested and he's just really pissed. And at one point he got real serious and he looked at me and he goes, "Don't let them blame Herbert. You watch this game from beginning to end. Don't let them blame Herbert. What more can he do? What more can he do?
I can't.
He's done it all."
He loves Herbert as much as he loved Phillip Rivers.
Oh yeah. And
was he still celebrating those rushes? He loves celebrating
rushing your. I mean,
talking about him like he's dead.
In his credit, Herbert played a really good game. There wasn't even, usually
that wasn't Herbert's fault.
No. And I've been critical of Herbert. Usually there's some moments where it's like, oh man, like a bad turnover, or they have the ball at the end of the game and he has to make a drive and he doesn't make it. He made the drive. He tied the game up. All they had to do was get one stop, and the Chargers defense just could not.
If the Broncos,
is it illegal to have defenders in the middle of the field? What are they? What? Where are they? Do we have 11 guys out there?
Brandon Staley has got to have the longest tenure of a head coach who can't coach a defense. I mean, he's a defensive head coach.
And Decker kept saying that. He goes, he came in as a defensive coordinator.
All right. So if the Broncos win tomorrow or Monday night, the Chargers will be in last place, or at least a tie for last place in the division. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The Raiders currently sit alone in second place. That's crazy.
The Raiders are. I mean, I've gotten the Raiders wrong. I think every game. How are they Raiders 5-5? This makes no sense.
If that happens, the last place teams in the AFC will be the Titans, Bengals, Chargers, and Patriots.
And Aaron Rodgers, don't look now, said mid-December he will be back. He goes, if you have an A+ doctor, an A+ patient, you can work miracles or something like that. It was, oh man,
he believes it. That is the one. Like that's the 1%. It's Aaron Rodgers believes.
It's like that Seinfeld episode where George goes, "It's not a lie if you believe it."
It's kind of true.
Cash Juno in the chat saying, "I love how Decker appealed to Sean to not let them go after his quarterback." Yeah, he was like making sure don't let those hot take artists cook my boy Justin Herbert. Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys 49, Giants 17. Giants disappointed the close your eyes special.
They won't be a close your eyes special last week. Don't worry.
You mean this
or
week?
Next week?
Yeah, because they would have if they wouldn't have got that last touchdown. Because if it was 49-10, 39-17, yeah, luckily the DeVito backdoored it so that they aren't back-to-back close your eyes special.
Like I said, they will not be close your eyes special.
All right, sorry. I won't. I'll refrain from making comments on the Giants. I'm
just letting you know.
I don't want
you like to get the update on the close your eyes special.
I know.
Just letting you know.
I don't want to get you fired up. It's
I'm
been
not
a tough
fired
season.
Up. No, I'm evaluating draft prospects.
Any final thoughts
on the Giants?
Well, I mean, I feel like no one's criticizing Daboll yet.
I don't know.
I want to see Daboll get criticized. That's all I want.
Why do you want to see him get criticized?
Because I was there when he won Coach of the Year.
Let me ask you this:
from Nick Sirianni.
Let me ask you this: if you flip I think he has. I think you're just not in the right places. He's catching a lot of shit. I think the reason why he's not catching as much shit as you would think is because I think most of the people that follow the team closely don't view this as a Daboll problem. Which I guess you can debate that the merits of that. I think there's a lot of excuse being made with this offensive line stuff. Now, I would lean into the fact that it's his offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Right. The big story. One of the players from the Giants, Tyree Phillips, he left. He went to the Eagles. He joined the Eagles practice squad. He came back to the Giants. He got better. That would indicate maybe your offensive line coach isn't developing. You had to start going into your offensive line meetings, which seems to have started to help things progress, or at least up until this week, progress in the right way. It also doesn't help that in the area that you're undermanned and very injured, you happen to have two division foes that have the best, are arguably the best defensive fronts in football.
Thank you.
And so that exacerbates the problem because you can't run offense when you can't block these fucking defensive fronts. And so I think that's where maybe Daboll is getting a pass is coming from. Now where I would lean into Daboll is this country club bullshit clearly didn't work all the way this year because your player safety, your health stuff, that all turned into bullshit. Again, Andrew Thomas, if he's a corner piece of this franchise, he goes out with this scary knee thing. Maybe we don't run him back out there down 4 touchdowns. There are interesting elements of how he seems to be a player's coach when it's convenient and then makes horrible in-game decisions. That's where I would go at him. I would go at him and ask him the question as to, like, to your point, what's the fucking plan? This is like Saleh saying Zach Wilson's my quarterback. What's the fucking plan?
Has he fired anyone from his staff?
No, that's the problem. He still has this special teams coach that routinely creates not that the special teams is the problem this year, but they haven't fired anyone. And I think that's the problem where this is the offensive line coach problem started last year. And so why are we still leaning into this guy? He's a prickly character. The media doesn't really like him. The fans fucking hate him. Why is he still here? Oh, he's one of Daboll's guys. So maybe that starts to become a problem. Well, everyone loved Daboll. He hired a bunch of not his guys. Well, the 1 or 2 guys that is his guys, one of them is this offensive line coach. So why haven't you gotten rid of him? Do I think firing someone in season is going to fix the problem? No. Is it is it a talking point, and does it create blood in the water? Maybe, but I also think it risks you're already at risk of fracturing a locker room when you're not able to compete in football games. And so if you're worried about that, then maybe worry about winning the game and don't worry about not firing your coach. Otherwise, I'd say you got to shake something up.
Patriots Giants.
Oh, you didn't actually want to hear the answer.
No, I was listening.
Right.
I'm just, if he was coaching the Eagles, I'm just thinking what the reaction would be of getting.
I just explained the reaction though. Very nuanced reaction. I'm explaining why he's not catching the heat. I think there's a lot of validity to that. Now, if you're saying that there's plenty of mouth breathers that root for the Giants too, that think everyone should be fired. They're also the same people that as the second they do something, that's the wrong move. So yeah, I don't know what the right answer is here, but certainly firing your coach every 2 years isn't the way to go about it. And I think there's a lot of belief that what Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll are doing is also repairing something that you let a virus grow in your building for 5 years.
Who's the virus?
Well, Gettleman and the way they were doing things. And so it again, where is the difference between the Giants and the division? It's the bottom end of the roster. It's the top end of the roster. It's the bottom end of the roster, but you can't build the top end without having a bottom end. And so again, there was probably always a longer rebuild here. And again, it's being exacerbated by these, I would say, injuries that are forcing the edge case, which is you can't compete. And so, yeah, I guess if the answer is why aren't more people screaming at we should be firing Daboll, is that the question? I don't know. What does that bring up other than a stupid radio point?
Yeah, no, I'm just, I feel like nationally he's gotten a pass
because I think people who follow football and know ball are seeing what they're doing. And even amidst this horrible shit, they're adjusting, they're doing things to try to make things better. Again, when you go listen to the film guys break down what they're doing, it's all right, what else are they going to do?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's the part that where it's it's easy to have a hot take and say someone should get fired. I agree. Fire the special teams coach, fire the offensive line coach, go from there. Also, candidly, what you're finding out in these kinds of times, who are your dogs and who aren't. Xavier McKinney, get the fuck out of here. That's what we learned about him. Times are tough. You're chirping to the media. So you want to make lemonade out of these lemons? Find out who your guys are. Get rid of everyone else. Half the roster's on a 1-year contract. Flip it and figure it out. Drake May, number 1 over Caleb Williams.
Really? Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels, are they on your list?
I haven't watched Daniels yet. I think Penix, the multiple serious knee injuries is probably a little scary. So yeah, I'll get around to it.
Seattle Seahawks.
Marvin Harrison looks pretty good too.
Yeah. Seattle Seahawks 29, Washington Commanders 26. Oh man, what a stupid game. Well, Seattle drives down, they're up 7, they get the cover, and then Sam Howell drives all the way down, scores a touchdown. You know Seattle's going to end up winning the game, and then it was annoyed that they didn't get the cover. But I don't know if they deserve the cover. I mean, Geno still looks. There's some really, even against this Commanders defense, there were some pretty rough moments with Geno Smith.
I'm sure the
Kenneth Walker had a really good game.
Yeah, in a way, both teams kind of had explosive plays in the same way through their running backs. What was that? That Brian Robinson play to begin the game. Antonio Gibson had some passing game work, so kind of. I haven't looked, but I would imagine that people will say that they were somewhat unfortunate to not cover. The story for me though, again, like I don't understand how you watch Sam Howell with your eyes. You just have to get in his. The second you distract him, it's over. Yeah. And I know he made that Brian Robinson play and a couple others, but why are these teams not? You blitz his face. It fucks with him. That's all. I don't understand. Pete Carroll, I thought, had a bad game plan defensively this week.
Yeah, it's weird. Sam Howell has looked. I mean, he looked decent both games against the Eagles.
He's a great. Sam Howell, where he's elite, he's an elite improviser. The problem is he improvises too much. Like he immediately improvises the second there's a little bit of a problem. He's really good at it though.
New York. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Geno, I'm still.
All right, if you're a Commanders fan, are you happy with Howell next year?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I think you've seen enough positive stuff out of Sam Howell that you're talking yourself into him. And I mean, this is his first year as a starter.
Have you seen him not be able to do anything? To me, like, getting calmer in the pocket and not freaking out all the time.
Yeah.
He can make the throws. He's good enough. He runs into too many sacks right now. That's pretty much the big problem.
Yeah. I mean, and to his credit, he drove down, got the game tying touchdown here. He did the same thing in the Eagles game to send it to overtime. He's actually had some clutch moments. I think there's a bigger question with the Commanders, Ron Rivera, their defense. They suck. I still have questions about their scheme, but like Sam Howell as a quarterback, I think you at least are. You don't want to restart off of Sam Howell.
That's my other problem. You know exactly what Washington's going to do defensively, Pete Carroll. Yeah. Like what are you guys doing? I thought Seattle. This is why Seattle's going to get their ass kicked in the playoffs.
Slopeside saying Howell also played his 2 best games against the Eagles. So Sean is biased. Well, we do have a good defense. And yeah, it
is weird how the
I don't know. I don't know why he played us tough, but he did. I thought he looked okay against Seattle. I mean, you could make a case he looked better than Geno for a decent portion of the game.
I mean, there's like you have like the top like 8 quarterbacks, and there's this brick of like mediocrity. And Sam Howell definitely is like in the tier of like guys who can win and lose you games. Like that's where I'd put him in the tier of.
Well, I think he's a guy where you get him the right system, right head coach, decent defense. You might be in okay shape. He's definitely worth exploring.
He's like a very, very poor man's Josh Allen.
Okay.
Can win you game, can lose you game.
New York Jets 12, Raiders 16. What a horrible, disgusting game. That was just torture watching that game. I mean, the Jets defense is so good, so fun to watch, and Zach Wilson just fucking sucks. He does.
Antonio Pierce now 2-0,
and I do think in some ways they let down, but also they're clearly they have some juice there. So the letdown spot wasn't there for them.
I'm evaluating the Raiders as a team. I'll root for the rest of the year. Antonio Pierce, all time great Giant.
I mean, it's a fun thing they got going there. They overcame Aiden O'Connell's turnover there.
But I gotta say something here though. I'm kind of starting to agree with friend of the program, Katie Mox. Jimmy G can't be worse than Aiden O'Connell. He's really not good. He's not good.
No, I mean he's also super young. So,
but
I don't think it matters. Here's what I would say. I think they're probably both like below average quarterbacks in the NFL, but it's clear the locker room wants Aiden O'Connell to play.
That's true.
And by all accounts,
is Jimmy G on his own practice field yet?
By all accounts, that's why Josh McDaniels got fired, was when he started Brian Hoyer over Aiden O'Connell. Everyone was like, off. The fuck you looking at? Because like Brian Hoyer, I think, was a Josh McDaniels guy, and everyone in the building knew that Aiden O'Connell was a better guy. In the building, he's perceived as the better guy. So if you're gonna rally your team around, hey, we're all in this together. Fuck everyone. We're the Raiders. We do things as a team. Hey, everyone, pitch in your ideas for plays.
Pre-game or pre-practice dance starts now. Please report.
Which it's fun when it works, but then when it's not working and you're like, Josh Jacobs, why'd you call that run play? I don't know. I liked it. That's where things could unravel. I think it's the the inmates running the asylum where maybe the players have too much control, which it's a good thing in certain spots, but I think it can turn bad. It didn't this game, but it can.
Raiders to make the playoffs. Should we be evaluating that future?
What's that at?
I don't see the market up right now.
I mean, Raiders have been one of those teams that completely confound me. I think I've picked against them most weeks, and here they are 5-5. I have no idea. They don't get much respect in the marketplace, and it's hard for me to believe in them because like their defense has these lapses. They don't have a lot of real players on the defense besides Max Crosby. Like who are the other blue chip players they have?
Doesn't matter. Patrick Graham's defense doesn't need blue chip players. They're gonna make you like the key to the Raiders defense is you gotta beat them slowly. They're never gonna let you beat them with big plays. So it's the right formula. I mean, the reason Josh McDaniels brought in Patrick Graham to be his defensive coordinator because he wanted to run the ball. He wanted to run the ball. He wanted to play low scoring games, and so nothing's changed with that. But maybe now you just have a more willingness to. And by the way, the play caller. Whatever throwing shade at him again, crowdsourcing plays. Who knew? Very progressive. Good on you, Raiders.
Hey,
and a lot of Jets fans in Vegas.
Yeah, a lot of sad. Jets fans really sad.
Fireman Ed, shout out to him. That was tough.
Hey, we're gonna get to Monday night props here in just a second. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. You got the Resurrection Draft. They got the Underdog Pick'em. Ryan, one of the Underdog Pick'ems we gave out this week hit. It was the Austin Eckler higher total yards, 87.5. Joel Embiid, 29.5 points. I did a little cross sport McGillicuddy there, and I even got one going here for Monday Night Football with some of the players we'll be discussing. Underdog Fantasy, the Pick'em's so fun. It's really fun to put in the spicy plays. Juice up your payouts, and of course you got to get the 100% deposit bonus. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN, 100% deposit match up to $100. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN, and of course also brought to you by Game Time. That's right, Game Time tickets. Love Game Time tickets. They hooked me up. Went to the Eagles Rams, and they're hooking everyone up with their low price guarantee. That's right. If you can find a lower price ticket, same row, same section for less, they will give you 110% of the difference. Why? Why would they do that? Because they know they got the best prices. That's how confident they are. Game Time. Oh, and the flash deals as well. Love the flash deals. It's good not only for football, but basketball is starting up, concerts, comedy, theater, whatever show or venue, whatever you want to see. Leave the house, get out of the house. I know it's awesome to watch 12 hours of football on Sunday, but go out, feel some grass, get to a stadium, and use our promo code for Game Time. Get $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app. Use the promo code SGPN. Terms apply. Again, create the account. Redeem the code SGPN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Kramer, what do you got?
We got props. All right. I'll start with this one. We're just talking about Josh Allen. I was trolling Bills fans. I'm sure I'll get an angry message from a Bills fan about my Sam Howell, Josh Allen comp. Josh Allen has 4 out of the last 5 weeks gone over 32.5 attempts. The only under was the Giants game where he went under with only 30 attempts. The Broncos are averaging giving up 33 attempts a game.
Wow.
His number is 32.5 attempts. I'm taking it over on attempts here.
That's hilarious. That's my first one as well.
What? Fuck you.
Well, why are you so angry?
I'm not angry.
Oh, I know why you're angry.
That was like a fuck you.
Josh Allen. Yes, I'm with you. I think it's just because they don't trust their running game. They've been running a bunch of 4 wide.
Shh, don't say that too loud. They'll come after you.
Oh, the Bills Mafia.
We can run the ball.
4-1 to the over. This attempts last 5 games, and yeah, I was thinking of best ways to play them throwing a lot, and I just said why not go attempts? Easiest way to get in that market. So yeah, I'm with you. Josh Allen pass attempts over 32.5.
Number 2, give me a Cortland Sutton anytime touchdown. He's scored in 6 out of 8 games. Sean.
Whoa.
I know. Buffalo 28th against the number 1 receiver. You might say, hey, well, Jerry Jeudy's the number 1. Disagree with the way that Football Outsiders charted. I do believe that Cortland Sutton is the guy that's going to pop in that little cylinder. So yeah, the anytime touchdown being plus 240. I did not play him in the first market, but plus 240. Cortland Sutton, 6 out of 8 games he scored a touchdown. Pretty crazy. You know the Russ Bible narrative is strong.
For me, I'm going next up. Stephon Diggs under 85.5 receiving yards. I know this is dangerous considering Denver's defense, but I think the Denver's defense has played pretty well these past couple of games. They did a good job on the Chiefs, and I think Patrick Surtain against Stephon Diggs. I like our chances. 85.5 is a pretty high number. I know I'm also taking over pass attempts, but I think there's a window where we could thread this, and yeah, I like it.
It's an interesting matchup because the data does not support. Like the data is so skewed on the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to look at.
Well, like total DVOA, they're 32, defensive DVOA 32. Like all those things are dead last. Although number 1 receiver DVOA is all the way up to like 25th, which compared to how bad they are with everything else.
Well, it's also you just know who Patrick Surtain is, and he tends to be someone that he can rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
All right. Prop number 3, Jaleel McLaughlin. He's consistently gotten 2 targets over the last number of games. You can argue that he's lost work in the rushing game to Javonte Williams. He's kind of slowly become the bell cow there, but I love the fact that I can get plus 165 on him to go over 1.5 receptions here. Again, 4 out of 5 games he's had 2 catches, so we're getting the plus odds. He's been consistently getting there. Sean Payton has always been the king of he loves to have certain plays he dials up, and Jaleel McLaughlin.
Jaleel's clearly one of his guys.
Is on the play sheet, and so yeah, over 1.5 receptions plus 165. Which, Sean, by the way, that you can right now I'm staring at Bet365 165. That's the juiciest number in the market. What's this?
Jumping in with my ladder, Ryan. You activated the ladder. I'm with you on Jaleel McLaughlin. 2 catches plus 165, 3 catches plus 254, 4 catches plus 555, 5 catches 1065, 6 catches 21-1. Love this market. Russ loves a good check down.
It's there, and yeah, I would agree with a ladder on McLaughlin. I went rush and receiving yards. 25 is the base at minus 115. 50 is plus 360, and 75, which he hasn't got. He has gotten to 50 2 games this year. Has not gotten to 75, but it's plus 1425. We'll slice a unit off on us. Maybe a 1/10 of a unit on that guy.
Oh, we're all in on Jaleel McLaughlin. Love it.
Wait, do you have a third prop?
Yes.
Okay.
Will Lutz. Over 1.5 field goals. I'm back on my kicking props.
Sean, people
can't stop me.
They're going to be angrier than me about your kicking prop.
Yeah, Will Lutz over 1.5 field goals. This is a nice little spicy play. In 8 games, he's been. So yeah, if you're playing this on Underdog, I think it's like a 1.5 multiplier. Spicy play. 8 games. He's hit 2 in 4 of those games. I mean the Broncos red zone coming up short, pretty easy narrative. And these primetime games just have a way of working themselves to the under and field goals. Like, I don't know what it is about Monday night and Sunday night football. It's just been a shit ton of field goals this year. So I'm going to ride the train. Give me Will Lutz over 1.5 field goals.
It is odd that that's plus money. I get it. It's probably more of a, we're looking at the Bills games this year and they've had some blowouts against some bad teams. So maybe you're thinking they get limited to 10 points or something like that. But
yeah, I mean, he had one game against the Chiefs where he had no attempts, but most of the time he gets at least 2 attempts.
Yeah, no, I think the idea that Russ in this offense could drive down. I was looking at Russ's game log and just seeing him consistently stay under 200 yards passing, even in those victories. It's like, all right, well, he's going to have to do a little bit of work in this one. All right. What do you want to do a little first touchdown?
Let's go. What do you got?
System plays. Neither team is very good defending the tight end. Give me Dalton Kincaid 11-1. Give me Quentin Morris 28-1. Give me Adam Troutman 28-1, and give me Chris Manhurts.
Oh, come on! You got Manhurts on
30-1. I played 4 tight ends, Sean.
Where are you getting? I got Chris Manhurts 60-1. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Updating my number.
Yes.
I also may have typoed that. That seems like a pretty egregious mistake on my behalf.
Well, Chris Manhurts, I mean, he probably should be 60-1. He has caught 1 ball this year for 10 yards on 3 targets, but his snap share is 55%.
He's a blocker. So what do blocking tight ends tend to do?
Occasionally they'll catch a pass.
Well, and they show up on the field.
They show up in the goal line where you get.
I don't know. I must have copy pasted. All right, let me try this again. Dalton Kincaid is 11-1.
Okay, that's
Quentin Morris was 45-1. Adam Troutman 28-1, and Chris I actually had 55-1, but if you're telling me 60-1, I'll keep my 55.
Josh Allen,
I've already bet this.
Plus 750. He's an auto play.
Really?
Yeah.
Below the line.
Yeah. Okay. 750 is good.
Like that.
Jaleel McLaughlin 18-1. Cause we're all in on his, I'm all in on his catches. You like his yards.
If you haven't gotten down on that yet, that there are plenty of 20-1s out there. Just,
shop around.
We should probably do that for the show. We'll do the workshop hour, like an auction.
We need more.
I can find you.
Hey, so that's what we got first touchdown. I'm looking at my Degen parlay. It's 50-1, and of course, reminder: the Degen's parlays brought to you by our parlay optimizer, aka Hall of Fame Bets. Love Hall of Fame Bets. Optimize your parlays. All you got to do. Take your parlay ideas into Hall of Fame Bets, revolutionary parlay optimizer. Get the hit rates broken down by leg, as well as expected probability for the entire play. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets.
You go first, Sean. I just did that thing where I refreshed and it price changed in my same game. Anyway.
Okay. Well,
you go first.
So I'm putting all the eggs in one basket. That basket is Jaleel McLaughlin, and maybe that's another term we should create, Ryan. The basket, the one you're putting all your eggs in. Jaleel McLaughlin is my prop basket this week. So my Degen's only parlay. Jaleel McLaughlin, 5 catches, very easy, very simple. He's a man who's had a handful of catches so far this season, and Russ likes to check stuff down. Jaleel McLaughlin, 5 catches, Denver money line, 50-1.
Oh my God!
I don't even have a rebuttal. That's 50-1.
Yeah. What I mean, are you not entertained? Feels pretty sweet.
All right, I got to pivot.
I was the JDK. He's on your rushing yards for McLaughlin. He says McLaughlin over 25 rush yards plus 175. He's done it 5 games in a row.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's part of the reason I snuck the combo yards in there.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
All right, I have to. So when there were some Marvin Mims props out there.
Oh yeah,
specifically some alt props out there. They're not out there, so I'm gonna rip up the same. When they come back out though, if you want to play a Marvin Mims alt with a Marvin Mims anytime, that was gonna be my all right. But here's what we'll pivot to. I I will say this. I don't know if I agree that Steph Diggs has a bad game.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just tie the Steph Diggs alt. We'll play the Cortland Sutton alt. We'll play the Steph Diggs alt. So we'll go Cortland Sutton over 100, and we'll go Steph Diggs over 100. I'm seeing if this is big enough, and then we'll throw in the anytime for both of them.
So Cortland Sutton and Steph Diggs.
Yep.
Both over 100 yards, both to score a touchdown.
Yep. 42-1.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So the other angle I like, which I was having a conversation with, people like to slide into the DMs, give you advice.
Kramer gang.
Every once in a while, you'll get lucky and you'll get a long form conversation with me. Well, we were talking about similar things. Is like, okay, this guy's book was basically like the same game parlay thing was broken, and if you took a 2 touchdown bet with anyone and added the under, it immediately juiced it up 4x. So it made me think this could be one of those low scoring games where we get some concentrated touchdowns. So I don't know. Maybe I'll post them. But the idea of doing this, actually, let's just see what happens if I add the under in this game. Nope. Oh, actually, yes. It did the same thing, Sean. So I just juiced this up by 4x. So from 42-1 to 168-1 by adding the under.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Counter
God.
correlation. I think when you get the anytime touchdowns in there and you play unders, there's something as this is new. So you should check it out at your local same game parlay engine.
Hey, and Bet365, you can scan the QR code, get the link in the bio, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Bet365. Sign up with those guys, get an account. Nice prices. So shout out to Bet365. Shout out to you. Big congrats to the Patreons. We're going to announce the winner of the Patreon ladder prize pack. That'll be fun to give away. And for those of you,
imagine getting a bird ladder in the mail.
And we will have updated results on the Second Chance Survivor. That's going to be fun for those of you that are still alive. I imagine a lot of people like us, Ryan, had Bengals. I'll be interested to see, and maybe some people are playing. I wouldn't be surprised if some people are playing the Bills. So we won't really know. We won't have the final number until Tuesday.
I think you were right. We don't have Thanksgiving, so the Cowboys should have been most people's play.
True.
Unless they just wanted to show us how much they love us by not picking the Cowboys.
I can see that. I think we are light with Cowboys fans in the audience, Ryan.
Okay.
Thank you for participating in the sports gambling.
We
podcast.
actually seem to have a lot.
Yeah,
they seem to love to.
They're
listen.
the good ones, though. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
See you tomorrow. College basketball, bright and early.
Kramer, let it ride.
Dong.